Hi, this is CompassCare's 5-minute weekday devotional. Today is Friday, April 3rd. Today's verse is Proverbs chapter 16, verses 1 and 2. And it says this: "The plans of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own sight, but the Lord weighs the motives." So the question that we have to answer ourselves here is, what is he talking about when he says the plans of the heart belong to man? That is, I think, contrasted with the Lord, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. We have ideas, we have desires, we have things that we want, but the Lord is the one who establishes reality, and He is the ground of all reality. And so we can have our heart, we can have our desires, and we can have our even our motives. But in the end, the truth comes out. The truth will always come out. You have the answer of the tongue. Jesus talks about how the tongue is a revealer of one's heart. And the Lord cuts right through it all, and He sees the truth of not just the reality that we're living in, but He sees the truth of the reality of our hearts. He understands our true condition, even though we don't. We might have an idea or a notion or an understanding of what is right and wrong based on what we want, but the Lord sees the truth, and ultimately it comes out. The truth of who we are ultimately has to be dealt with, and the Lord will help us deal with that. The Lord will show us, in no uncertain terms, every single one of us, the truth of our own heart and the nature of how it should be versus how it is. And all the ways of man are clean in his own sight, man's sight. Natural man in his fallen state has no indication that anything he's doing is wrong, or anything that he's doing he shouldn't be doing. Man in his natural state is the one who determines his own purpose. He decides for himself what is right and wrong. That is the genesis of chaos. And so, but the Lord weighs the motives. Everything will be brought to bear in the light of God's revelation, and all will be judged, even down to the motives of the heart. And so that's one of the reasons. That's the only reason why Jesus came, to bring our hearts back in line, to give us a new heart, and so that we can understand our true purpose and bring us back in line, so that our plans and our motives are aligned with God's plans and God's motives. And that's the purpose of Jesus Christ on the cross. He came to realign us with God, and therefore our heart and our purposes and our motives throughout this world toward our fellow man should be consistent with His character and His nature. So praise be to God, who brings us into that new reality in Him, in the kingdom of God on earth. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.